Well, let's get more detail on that now. Our senior Middle East correspondent, Ariel Oseran, joins me in the studio. So, Ariel, just talk us through those sanctions and what they mean for Iran.
Right. So we're talking about sweeping sanctions on Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile program. Basically, there is going to be an embargo on conventional weapon sales to Iran, as well as a prohibition for Iran to basically touch its nuclear and ballistic missile technology. That means not 60% enrichment, not 20%, not even 3.67% uranium enrichment, but they will not be allowed to enrich uranium or produce ballistic missiles. Now, these sanctions also include a freeze on assets belonging to individuals or entities that are connected to Iran's nuclear program, as well as a travel ban on individuals who are linked to this nuclear program. Now, severe restrictions are also being put in place on banking and financial institutions that may have links to Iran's nuclear program. And in addition to these reimposed UN sanctions, the EU will also have the ability to impose further sanctions. Now, this is very significant. The Iranians are already suffering economically. The central bank in Iran announced that it will inject $500 million into the local currency market in order to quell the devaluation of the Rial, but this will lead to further inflation. Now, there are still concerns as to the efficacy of these sanctions. Will countries like China and Russia adhere to these sanctions? They're calling them illegal. And we know that despite the existing sanctions on buying oil from Iran, China is a significant importer of Iranian oil. Let's take a listen to the Russian envoy to the UN, who spoke on Friday as the Security Council voted down the Chinese-Russian motion to postpone the reimposition of these sanctions. And this will give a better indication as to their willingness to adhere to these sanctions.
Mr. President, turning now to the statement delivered by the UK and France about their alleged triggering of the snapback, we categorically reject them as invalid. And we repeatedly set out our arguments in detail, specifically in the joint letter from the foreign ministers of Russia, China, and the US.
So they're indicating that they're not too moved by these sanctions and not necessarily are planning to adhere to them. But it is important to note that U.S. sanctions are separate from UN sanctions that are more forceful in terms of their ability to be enforced. And the bottom line, if we're looking at what the Iranians are saying, they're saying that they are not going to be restricted by these sanctions. They're marking them down. The spokesperson for the Iranian armed forces today said that even during the 12-day war with Israel, they continued to develop their ballistic missile capabilities, which continue to this day, the day of the reimposition of these sanctions. Laura?
Ariel, thank you very much indeed.